Live from the lair, it's Saturday Night Grunt Speak Live! With your host, retired U.S. Army Ranger and Green Beret, First Sergeant Terrence Pop. And our special guest this evening, the Rooftop Korean himself, Mr. Tony Moon.
All young bitches want to do is pop pills, smoke weed, get drunk, lay around, suck dick, eat hot Cheetos, charge their phone, get a sew and weave, twerk, be bisexual, eat McDonald's, wash they pussy in the sink, lie, take selfies, and talk shit through Wi-Fi because they phone never on.
I think washing they pussy in the sink is my favorite part. The Vietnamese trade in dongs. Figuratively and literally, I'm sure.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
I did decide to look it up. 500,000 dongs is a good night for Pop's ex.
Like most women, he's an emotional thinker.
Good God.
I mean, that's part of the problem we're having now in our society is we have a bunch of emotional thinkers that want the world to, to fall in line with their emotions. That's not. Look, reality doesn't give a shit about emotions.
It's my lived truth. Fuck your lived truth.
No, it's not. It's your perspective.
Kiss my ass.
Literally like, hey, Sergeant Pop, you got to turn your bear suit. I'm like, over my dead body. No. Just give me a statement of charges. Yeah. You're never getting this back. Yeah. You can suck it.
I'm going to wear this with my Russian coat.
You will bury me in this. Hey! Why you gotta be like that, man?
Because I'm an asshole, and I learned from the best. I'm sitting across from him, and I'm pointing at you with all four fingers.
All right, first of all, the Russian jacket is World War II surplus.
I'll send you a picture of it, Sarge.
Yeah, okay. I
got you standing wearing it with holding two giant buckets like you just collected all the chum from behind the dump dumpster at the bar and you're going to go home and make ice cream out of it.
What's up, savages? Welcome to a special episode on a Saturday of Grunt Speak that actually is live from the lair. And today we have a guest, Tony Moon, and we're going to be talking about a lot of subjects with him. He's also known as the Rooftop Korean, and just going down memory lane. I remember when that was all going down, and I was getting ready to go to the Special Forces qualification course, and my sergeant major and I watched it on TV, and he at the time was an Indiana State Trooper, and he had some choice comments. Anyway, bring him on in. Let's get started.
Alrighty. Ladies and gentlemen, the man, the myth, the legend, the Rooftop Korean himself, Tony Moon, is with us tonight.
Hey, we're live.
Thanks for coming, man. Yeah,
we're live. Hey,
Yeah,
Mr. Moon.
My first time. Awesome.
Yeah, I saw the thing on Twitter with your son doing martial arts, and I was the one that left the comment in regards that he should probably go to a boxing gym to clean up his hands and then take some Muay Thai kicks. For like, you get way more tools in a much deeper dimension if you're going to strike once you know regular martial arts and Muay Thai kicking and boxing. Wow, it'll make all the difference. How old is your son?
He's 17.
Oh my Lord. I wish I was that good when I was 17.
I've been training him since he was 3.
Holy
Outstanding.
He has a background in Taekwondo, which I do as well.
Yes.
Also Muay Thai.
Okay.
We do Eskrima Kali. We also do Cossack Saber, Judo, grappling, jiu-jitsu. I'm not a ground guy. I'm more of a stand-up.
So am I.
So that the closest style that we have, I posted that video because it was interesting because it's one of the hardest sessions that goes on in our gym. Most of the gym sessions that we do are what I call like touch technical, because I like watching technical. I don't like brawls. So that was actually interesting because a couple of things. One, the gentleman that's in there that's sparring with my son, he's actually been trained as a boxer too.
Outstanding.
So he had some training, but he's got a side stance, which we're working on right now. And he has a very strong jab that reaches, and plus he's heavy set on top. So when he flies with that jab, left jab, when he goes in, there's a lot of bulk that comes in with that. So he popped my son a lot harder than he expected. And I saw that. And that's when I think it switched. And then you can hear me towards the end say, hey, no. Like,
It's good for him to take a hit.
Yeah. So, but no, we do a lot of things. And I tell everybody that goes to my gym, like, you go at your own pace. I came from a background where our coaches were very strict and stern, and we got hit. It was a corporal punishment, stuff like that. So I'm more of a, I explain why you do what you do, you know? So I've done Wing Chun. I maybe two things in Wing Chun I think are very useful, but everything else is just whatever. But I try to use that explanatory style where I tell them you do this because your body structure is a certain way. That's why you tuck in your elbow. You don't flare it out. You do the, so they can understand it. But I appreciate the suggestions and from any other person that's done martial arts for a long time. And, it's always good to hear different, viewpoints and aspects. And, I'm an aficionado, so I always appreciate opinions and, just kind of bantering around about stuff. But yeah, I've been doing it for a long time. So thank you. Yeah.
I competed in kickboxing from 21 to 32.
Nice.
I fought for a light heavyweight world title. I was defeated in the 10th round due to a cut, so I lost on the TKO.
What organization did you fight?
FFKA.
Is that?
They don't exist anymore. It was full contact, and it was towards the end of their existence. It was the winter of 99, 2000.
Oh, did they get bought out?
I don't know exactly what happened. I mean, I shortly thereafter I got married, and my ex-wife is like, "You're not fighting anymore."
Yeah, it's a tough way to pay bills, to get punched in the face. I don't recommend it.
Well, the thing is I didn't really use it to pay bills. I was, in the Army, and I was beret collecting. So I was a firm believer, if you're going to walk the walk, you should talk the talk. So, best way to learn how to fight is get in there and do it for real. So that's the way I handled it.
Nice. Very nice.
I was born into an Irish Catholic family. I've got 72 first cousins on my dad's side, so I just grew up brawling.
Yeah, so you're like a month old and you're already fighting.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
drinking beer by month 2.
That's not far from the truth. But yeah, we brawled quite a bit. But hey, thanks for coming onto the show. There's a whole list of things apparently to go over here. Where should we start? Do you want to start with your book?
Well, yeah, you guys picked my interest because I like what you guys are doing with a lot of veterans that are coming back. And, I didn't have time in the military, but I got a lot of friends that went.
Sure.
And, I hear about like what it's like to come back. And I never knew what Jody was. I actually thought Jody was a person. So then I figured out who Jody was. And I was like, that's fucked up, So
yeah, it is.
You come back to that. Yeah, you come back to that. And, kids gone with the mom and you're just taking half your shit. And yeah, I can see why guys kind of fall down a bottle and so that's what attracted me, because you guys have an outreach, or you guys are doing stuff like that with veterans. So
give them the rundown real quick, Pup.
Yeah, well, we're up to 593 lives saved from suicide. We started in 2008. Basically I started after I myself was quite suicidal. And the only reason I'm still here is a former commander of mine killed himself in the exact same fashion, in the exact same location I was planning to do it myself. And I actually spoke to him 3 or 4 days prior, because he was making his rounds saying his last goodbyes. Though he didn't say that, but after the fact I knew it. And then I wound up running his funeral.
Was there a vibe shift when that happened? Did you feel it?
No, I didn't. That's why I'm still ashamed about it to this day. Is
No, there's nothing to be ashamed about.
I didn't feel it on him. I didn't detect it at all. And I literally wrote up the script for Purple Heart's final beat. We'll send you the link so you can watch it. It's been age restricted on our channel on YouTube, so it is what it is.
Is it about his passing?
No, it's a suicide story that covers a lot of veterans and soldiers who come back from war. Because I have a bachelor's in science and public administration with a minor in statistical analysis and accounting. So I did my own research, and I looked into all of these veteran suicides and soldier suicides that were in the news that took place. And I would just copy and paste onto a Microsoft Word document, and I would look for failed relationship, estrangement, divorce, and it was 60 to 70% of all of the suicides I looked into had a failed relationship component.
Yep.
And and I tried to bring that up to Big Army, and I got yelled at and investigated twice. So I just shut my mouth and kept my head down. And after that first video came out, Purple Heart's Final Beat, I was working at the 414 Civil Affairs Battalion. I was trying to get back into a full-time position. And the email system they use is called the Global. It started off with AKO, and then it went to the Global.mil. So my name was all over that video. So all you had to do is get on the Global, look at my rank on the dress greens I was wearing, and my name. And my name is in the end of the credits. And my phone would ring. I'd get a phone call between 1 and 5 phone calls a week for almost a little over 3 years, and all of them are dudes just getting crushed by the divorce industry.
So, what do you guys want me to talk about? I mean, are we live? We're live, right?
Yeah, we could talk whatever you want to talk about.
Stream. Can you pull up the chat?
Which chat?
Oh, you don't have a. You're not running a chat. Oh,
we've got like 5 different chats going.
Yeah,
I thought you guys are running a chat with the live stream. Sorry.
There are chats on the live stream.
We are
on YouTube. There's on Rumble.
Yep, I can go over here on
there's
scrolling
chat. I mean, I'm just curious to hear what everyone has to say, but yeah, we can talk about that. I mean,
yeah.
Here's the Tokyo Matt says, I worked private security during the LA riots. The rich people up in Topanga Hills wanted to make sure the rioters did not come to their area.
Yeah, but you guys want to? Okay, that's off topic of what we're talking about. But we can talk about what we're talking about regarding that, because that's I do have experience with that.
So what do you do for a living, Mr. Moon?
I used to be a mortgage. Well, I still am a mortgage broker.
I did that too when I was in the Guard.
Yeah, so I'm a mortgage broker. I did that. I've been doing it since 2004. Yeah. So and then the bottom fell out in I think 2022 because the rates went from 3.25% to 6.25%.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So within like from March to June, you can't have a 3-point increase like that in 3 months. It just fucks everything up.
So what kind of mortgages you cover?
Everything.
You just do
Commercial,
do FHA, conventional,
private money. I'm a private money investor myself as well, so I do private money. Just anything that has a property attached to it.
Yeah, because I did VA loans for Chase Manhattan for half the United States.
Yeah,
right
we
before 9/11.
Don't do too many VA loans out here because we have more of a higher price point. So a lot of high conforming private money loans, commercial lending. I do that. So commercial lending.
That's really convoluted though.
Different monster. I worked at a law firm. I worked at a major law firm in Santa Monica from 2006 to 2009. So I saw a lot of that stuff there too. Hey, we actually have guys all the way from Denmark in the house.
Nice.
So this is you are global right now.
Hello, Denmark.
We know we've got guys in Brazil, Australia, England.
They don't say hello. They say hello. They with an A.
Hello.
Yeah, right. I mean,
hello. Yeah, yes, they do.
We actually have some guys wrote in and told us we helped save their lives in Denmark, UK, France, all over South America, Mexico.
Yeah. I just want to say, if guys that are watching, like, don't give up. Don't take despair. Don't despair. Don't give up. I mean, like, I think I hit a low point in my life with my divorce when CPS took my kids for 2 months.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
2 months. That was tough. And then during that time, she filed divorce papers. She really tried to fuck me up. She tried to fuck me up.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah. I laugh about shit because like I know it's funny after some time goes by, but shit, I was crying at that point. Literally, I was fucking crying.
Yep.
And that's where we come in, because we have a lot of guys that find our stuff when they're on the internet looking for answers.
Right.
And if I could get them laughing.
I love it. I think that's cool because the thing is, like, I'm old school where, like, I think you should have a support group. But the thing is, I've always rolled alone. I mean, my book will kind of explain. The thing about my book that I've been really hesitant to kind of talk about too much is that I know a lot of 3-letter orgs are going to do psychoanalysis and profiling and shit like that off of this book. So I already see what's coming. And that's kind of why I'm a little apprehensive about, like, damn, man, out of the 5 friends and the 5 people that approved it, 2 of them being my kids and 3 of my friends, I was like, fuck, all I need is 1 no. But no, they also like shit. So
hey, Tony, welcome to the military mindset. Pop and I are both, he's a Green Beret. I was Special Operations Intelligence. We're trained to operate alone and be alone, and it becomes our mindset.
Mm-hmm.
And so when it comes to stuff like this, it's very hard for us to interact with anybody else. We have a really hard time with it. We don't want to talk to other people. It's not that doctors can't get us to open up. We're like, I just don't want to talk to you. Go away.
Right.
No, I don't trust a lot of them either.
Yeah, I think guys should talk to other guys that need to talk to guys.
That's what this group is all about. That's what the regiment is.
Important, I mean, I've had, that's kind of the reason why I have my gym too. My gym, the median age group in my gym is like between like early 20s to like maybe mid 30s. So these are the guys that come to my gym. We talk about stuff, women, relationship, their futures, things like that. So you need a support system for men because that's kind of going away. We don't have that anymore like we used to. Like the bars, bars used to be guy places.
Yes.
Now they're all infiltrated with like women, and you got different types.
Also the trans individuals that
Yeah,
it's not the same.
Let's not make it weird. Let's not make it.
It's not the same.
Now, if you were 19 and 92, you're only a couple of years younger than us. Have you achieved wise old guy status in the gym yet?
What's that?
Do the younger guys come to you for advice about random shit?
Yeah, they do. And I get old guys coming to me for random shit.
In the military, the way that it works, especially with NCOs, with the sergeants, is the more stripes on your on your collar, the more guys will come to you. Like when I was a barracks sergeant, at 2:00 in the morning, I'd get a knock on the door. I got my girlfriend pregnant, man. Gar Sergeant, I don't know what to do. Come on inside, let's have a beer and talk. Come on. So yeah. It's a version of the wise old guy thing. But if you've got the gym, I'm imagining you're starting to get some of that now.
I get that. I also have girls that come talk to me, like my daughter and her friends. I'll have a conversation with them, about stuff, about
That's
guys,
good.
just things. Because, like, I think part of owning the gym that I try to get away from is that you kind of develop a hardness, because you're around guys all the time and, guy humor and just bullshit, whatever. So you kind of lose a little bit of that. I want to say a bit of that softness that should be there too as a man. I'm not saying like, like fag softness, but, like just where you can talk to your daughter, be a girl.
Oh, yeah, sure. I have a daughter. I've got a
that, I think for me, I feel like it's God's blessing towards me to have a daughter because I can, I can talk to her and I don't mind saying like I listen to K-pop, because I have a daughter and she listens to it and she plays it in the car and I got brainwashed. Now I'm fucking singing to the lyrics too. And dude.
You're not into Blackpink, are you?
No. I know. We went to a Twice concert in LA. I didn't even know what she was like, Dad, you're gonna listen to these songs for the next 3 months and get familiar with these songs. I was like, whatever.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So how, did you know the divorce was coming ahead of time, or were you caught by surprise?
No, I was caught by surprise. It arrived in the mail, and I literally had to read it because you know how you read words, but you just can't put all the words together. Like the sentence doesn't make sense or doesn't fit. So I went through that. But yeah, so I was the respondent. She was the petitioner. I got sued, So that's what happened.
Wow.
Well, women file for divorce roughly 70 to 80% of the time.
Yeah, I know the stats.
And 80% of the time, the dude is caught completely off guard.
Yeah. I'm a stat. So there you go.
There's no shame in that. I was caught by surprise as well.
No, I'm not ashamed because this is. I don't know if I'm a Christian. So and I see things not just from the physical but also from the spiritual as well. And there's a spiritual force or spirit of like feminism that's kind of going throughout the world. It's like
we talk about that extensively on this
magnetizing a lot of things.
Yep.
That's the only way I can put it. It's feminizing stuff and it's just kind of emasculating and making guys soft, whatever. So yeah. So I see that, I get that, and but I see it.
So while you were going through your divorce, were you able to make the mental switch in your head that your soon-to-be ex-wife was now your enemy?
Yeah.
Because men have to do that. Because a lot of guys are like, well, she's the mother of my children, and I used to love her.
No,
you can't do that.
I'm going to tell you something. My book. Fuck, because I read the comments. They're like, fuck, he's always talking about his book. Yeah, because there's parts of my book that explains my personality that I can't talk about right now. Because if I told you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the book.
The book.
Yep.
But the book covers a lot of that. It also covers why the topic of what you guys are doing in terms of a support group is important to me as well. And I've had friends that have gone the route where they felt it was total despair and they off themselves. And I'll say it on this podcast. And as a young kid, I've made attempts myself as well on myself. So it's not something I'm it's alien to me. So I don't mind talking about it because because my kids kind of went through the same thing during the divorce and during the time that like we were having issues at home. They had suicidal, CPS called it suicidal inclinations, right? So they called it that, and it's kind of one of the reasons why they took the kids, because we didn't address it professionally. Like they talked about it a year ago. I'm their dad. I talked about it. We walked it through. I coached them and shit. But that was enough. They got to get somebody with a fucking certificate to tell me, like, hey, they're cool, right? I mean, like, what the fuck? Like,
it's ridiculous. The amount of invasiveness from CPS is crazy.
Yeah, just because you have a fucking certificate, fuck you. Anyway,
exactly.
You can bleep that stuff out for YouTube if you guys need to.
No, you could swear all you want, man. We do it all the time.
You're
here.
good. You're good on this. Yeah. I like this guy.
Yeah, he thinks like us.
Fine. Yeah.
So anyway, that's where I was, and I went to her dad because her dad signed up to be a foster parent the second month, so the kids can get transferred to them because they're up in Simi, which is ironically the same place that they had the Rodney King trials, Simi Valley. So they were up there. Her father basically said that I'll be a foster, so I went. I went to her father because I do things the old school way. I went to her father. I told him, listen, I am returning your daughter to you. And at the same time, I want to thank you for taking my kids and your grandkids. Thank you for taking them into the house as a foster. So I went there and I personally told him that because,
it's the right thing to do.
It is. It's the absolute right thing to do, So in that sense, like when you're asking me like, oh, did I think my ex-wife was I loved her? No, fuck that. As soon as I found out, like those papers hit and I wrapped my head around it, I was like, fuck that. It's go time. I know what I got to do. I got to sit shit up. So I've been on a fucking 2-year plan. You have no idea. I'm waiting for my settlement to get signed because I had a fucking 2-year plan. I've been doing fucking like security for 2 years.
Ladies and gentlemen, listen to this man. He's on the right path.
A third of my fucking income just so I can ride out this divorce, so I can say, fuck you, no alimony, no child support. You and your Jew lawyer get shit, and you just get half my assets. I get the kids, and that's it. We're fucking done. Fuck you.
I love it. Yeah.
Anyway,
that's what I love to hear.
You're like Pop West Coast.
Oh.
Yeah.
Anyway, listen, I'm fucking loyal. Like my book will tell you, I'm fucking loyal. Like she fucked me. She didn't cheat on me or nothing. She just has some bullshit idea. Like, I don't know if you guys hear this shit. Like, oh, I gotta go find myself. I gotta go.
Oh yes.
Fucking bullshit. Fuck you. You should have found yourself before you had the fucking kids. What the fuck is wrong with you?
All right. Now listen. 10 years from now, she's going to be hating life.
The kids are home too. They're like, fuck.
Ruh-roh. Ruh-roh.
But they laugh when I'm like this too. Yeah, when I'm crashing out, they start giggling. Like, what the fuck's funny? Like, Dad, you just anyway, whatever.
No, it's all
funny
good.
when Dad crashes out. Yeah.
I put together a course called Administrative Violence, Divorce, and Custody Edition, where I actually train dudes how to fight the system outside the system. Because when you're fighting just in divorce court, it's a frontal assault. And you do not have the manpower or the resources. But if you take the fight into the other bureaucratic arenas like CPS, get the cops involved, get her a DWI. If she has a boyfriend, you make some calls and fuck that dude up too. So now they have to, instead of a frontal assault defending just against you, they have to defend on various different fronts.
You know what? Record shit. Fucking start recording shit. That's what I started doing. I started, you know my shit with Antifa and all that, right? So we have body cams. So I fucking set up body cams in the house, you know? Like you want to fucking like act all fucking crazy at home and be all like all churchy outside, you know, when you're in public, and fuck it, go and do it. I got the fucking video, you know? So yeah, I just recorded shit at home. I just told her, look, I got video and like you can see all the shit you want. So
I forgot to grab the water bottle bonk video. That is the most satisfying video in the world. You guys talk for a second. I'll find the water bottle bonk video because
but no, listen, like as soon as I got those papers, for me it was like I knew what the program was. I know what time it was. You know, I know what the game plan was. So
How long were you married?
Damn, I was married for like 22 years.
All right, so the punch out years, because I remember when I was getting divorced, I always like to study the battle space.
Yeah.
I have to be operating in it. And I number lined like 1,800 divorces. 7, 13, 21, 24 are the main punch out years. So you didn't make it past the third review.
Fuck. That's 2 years away.
Battle check the private check. I got the video.
The kids were like, because you know, we were having dinner, right? And we're in the middle of the divorce, and I was like, fuck. You know, I was like, what if your mom was like, you know what? I fucking came to my senses and shit. I'm sorry. I was just like, fucking, I don't know what. I was like smoking some shit or whatever. And I go, what happens if they came back? And the kids looked at me like, are you fucking nuts? Are you crazy, Dad? Like, no, that's it. We're done. I'm like, yeah, okay. Just want to be sure.
All right.
Yeah.
So how are your kids handling? Are they adjusting to it pretty good?
Yeah, they're actually. So when we got the divorce, the kids were older and they lived through a lot of this stuff. Like, you know, for us, it wasn't like there was no drugs, no alcohol, no substance abuse, no physical violence, nothing like that. It was just basically just talking shit. That's the way I see it. I don't know if you guys are Christian, but the Bible talks about what they call backbiting, which is you're talking shit about your spouse. And we see this in media as well, where the husband's a fucking oaf. The wife got it all figured out and shit, and he's a fucking clown. So I think that kind of mentality gets carried over into American culture where the husband doesn't know shit, but the wife's got everything figured out. She's a fucking boss lady. So I think a lot of women got that mentality. So they start talking shit about their husband. And that's kind of what happened. You start talking shit about me to like the fucking neighbors, whatever. And then over a period of years, you start believing all your bullshit.
Mm-hmm. I call that the cult of the cunt.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, that's nice. I like that. I can't use that around the kids. We'll just say
then you say cult of the can't understand normal thinkers.
We just call it delusional thinking, but yeah, okay. Yeah. Between the four of us here, the weird, crazy looking monkey guy in the fourth panel down there, we'll call it what you call it. Yeah.
I just push the buttons and crack an occasional joke every now and then.
I had.
How you doing, Steve? You still looking for the video?
I found the video. Hang on one second. I got to bring it back up here. Jimmy, that link you gave me is just full of ads, and it caused my
shoestring budget.
No.
Shoestring budget.
Shoestring budget. This happens to us.
You got a CTV there?
That's a
You got a CTV?
It caused my Chrome to crash.
So, Mr. Moon, where is your gym located?
Oh, it's in Highland Park, LA.
All right.
I know where that is. I lived in Venice Beach, and then my brother married a girl from the Palisades and got to live in Palisades.
Nice.
Off of Sunset and Las Lomas.
Nice.
Which, yeah, it was a nice area.
Like if I ever wind up in LA, I'll give you a heads up and stop in and hit the heavy bag in your gym.
Yeah,
There
yeah.
you go.
I'll hold pass for you. Let me know.
You just got an invite for a beer in Denmark too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Give me some bookstores. Oh, they don't have shooting.
Yeah,
ranges.
I myself wrote a book. I have actually 3 novels in one book,
Nice.
and the novels are fiction in regards to it's a psychic who hunts serial killers, and I go through all of the
It's actually pretty good.
psychic stuff, and then I meticulously describe how he actually kills all these people. It's like gore porn.
Yeah. So here we go. Watch this. This
wait.
What?
I just
Okay,
want
preface this.
Okay. Well, no, I was gonna just say my favorite part is the very ending, where the guy fucking tells me off. I think it's every time I hear the guy, it cracks me up, and I'll tell you why after. But it just fucking makes me laugh. Yeah.
Brace for the most satisfying bonk with a water bottle I've ever heard.
Piece of shit.
Boop.
Oh, there you go.
Yo!
Oh, they added background music.
That was on Riot. We got it on video. Watch the video. Watch the video. She came up. How did that happen? Because I hit her after she
You guys were all there. Oh, this guy.
Hey, you fucking coward, hit a man, you fucking bitch! With your punk ass fucking ponytail, fuck off!
You
They did not like it.
Fuck off.
What actually
at all.
caused that?
You know why I laugh? These fucking clowns are like right here in front of me. They're fucking watching all this. There's a moment in the video where I decked this fucking individual, and I
Right.
turn and I look at these guys because I'm like, fuck, are you guys gonna step? Are you guys coming too?
Yeah.
And they all were like, fuck, they were holding their cameras and bullshitting right there. I'm like, oh yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna this person's coming back at me. And then when they started like mouthing off like that, I was laughing inside. Like,
I heard one of them say roof Korean. I think your shirt might have caused some intimidation there as well.
Well, the way it started was they approached me. It's like, hey, you know your shirt is racist. I go, what do you mean? He goes, that's roof Korean is racist. I go, what the fuck you mean? I'm Korean. I'm a roof Korean. And you're like, what? And then all that shit happened.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy. Your shirt
It's
is
funny.
racist.
It's funny how Antifa is like, oh, we need to abolish all police officers, but then they cheer when the police come and arrest people for defending themselves against Antifa.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
just wondering when everyone's going to get sick and tired of their shit and start actually putting the stomp on them. Because I'm tired of it myself. I really am.
It is. It is. Actually, let's use that as a segue real fast. From the 92 riots to the current riots, I read an article that you put out where you said in the 92 riots, it was obvious that this was organic. There was actual groundswelling of discord. The people were genuinely upset. And then when the 2020 riots rolled around, you said it was obviously, assembled and put together with money and everything. We've done several shows on it. We've done a couple of shows on rent-a-crowds and all of that stuff and the origins of all the money that goes into all of that. But you picked up on it like by yourself without any problem at all. What did you see?
Well, it's just experience. I mean,
Sure.
I can say I have a background in organizational behavior. And,
Okay.
I kind of see how crowds work, how people think, and especially how groups of men think.
Yeah.
So, and then also when not just men, but just when you have a breakdown of not breakdown of law and order, but just let's say you have a law and order that's unaware of what's happening, and you see human behavior act a certain way. So, that's what I saw in 92. It was just basically everywhere, and it started mainly in the Black community because they had beef with the Koreans at that time, because what happened with Latasha Harlins.
Here
Right.
we go. Here's the actual map. I pulled up a basic timeline of it.
Yeah, there it is. There it's right there. Yeah.
Yep.
Right. Yeah, and the ride begins. Koreatown. Yep. Koreatown. Yeah. That's pretty much the timeline right there. The racial tensions in LA canvas. Yeah. That was between us and the Black community, and that's been since I think the early 80s when you had a lot of Koreans going into these communities that were previously owned by Jews that owned these stores that purchased them from Jews and basically took over. So it was either Jews or the Japanese that they bought them from, because those are the next influx of immigrants that were coming in were the Koreans.
Japantown's like a mile or so away.
Little Tokyo?
Yeah,
From where?
from K-Town.
Yeah, it's not that far. It's actually
Yeah.
it's not that far. And so is Chinatown. Chinatown's not that far from Koreatown either.
So did you guys actually have to shoot at anybody during the LA riots?
You're talking about in general, or
Yeah, in general.
yeah, there were
Okay.
shots fired. Yeah.
Yeah, they were shot. That was on the news, Pop.
Yeah, and the
There
thing
was
is,
nothing.
from what I'm understanding now from other sources, that the body count and also the ones that were shot, those numbers, they're not accounting them, or they're not assigning them. Actually, is what I should say. They're not assigning them to any particular group or person. They're just saying all these people were just shot during this time. But I think statistically, it's a higher. Obviously, it should be a higher number than any other week.
That's normal.
Yeah.
That's really normal. For
Because-
those in the audience who don't understand what's going on with the LA riots, that was a week ago in 1992. It's 34 years ago that these events went down.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, this is LA 92, so you had a lot of more gang activity at that
Yeah.
time.
It's very
So-
different.
Yeah, and so you had a lot more I would say firearm activity, like gun activity, just stuff popping off in general. And so that week just you can just say that week was on steroids, right? Because it was basically, it was nonstop in a way where you hear gunshots every so often, depending on the area you're in. Right. And then you had guys from different sets or gangs that were kind of going at each other as well. Because once law enforcement pulls back, LAPD has a large area to cover. Once they pulled back, then it was pretty much free for all. And this
It was
is like,
game on.
yeah, this is like during the time of Crash. The movie Training Day, Denzel Washington, and that's the LAPD that we go. So that's who was around. So you talk about that. That's the heavy-handedness presence that they had in LA. So you talk about the flip side of the gangs that were there. So yeah, it was just.
So when the police pull back, you have no choice but to pack up to protect your stuff.
Yeah, this is all defensive stuff. I like this, but that wasn't my role that week.
I just used AI. There's it's called Goth. It's right there in the corner, lower right hand side.
Oh, okay.
You can say here's the timeline, here's the events. Draw me a basic picture of it, and all of these are connected links and everything that I can click on in the actual document. This isn't obviously
It's cool.
the document.
You didn't have time to put all these sandbags up though. Yeah, there's no time for that.
But,
I don't
yeah.
see cars flipped over or parked, next to each other, forming a wall. That's the most technical thing. And no, I have.
See, this is the conversation that I wanted to have. That's why I did this, because I wanted you to look at that and say, no, this is what really happened.
So here's the thing. So I basically, it started off as a manual, right? I saw the fires in January, and then I started writing it as a manual. Then it got really boring to read. I mean, no one wants to fucking read a manual. So then I started thinking about, like, okay, what led me to go out that week? So then I had to go back in terms of like what happened. But there is a portion in the novel, in the book, the memoir, that's kind of a manual. I go over tactics and things, especially stuff with Antifa, and then also with looters and street gangs, especially during the fires. We had the Venezuelan gun, Trenton de Agua, whatever, those dudes. They were actually targeting neighborhoods to loot, and they were using the emergency service to figure out which neighborhoods were being evacuated, so they could target those neighborhoods to go in there and loot the neighborhood. So yeah,
we know a few things about boring manuals.
Yeah.
I'm you know what, I'm more of a roundtable guy. So if there's guys
absolutely.
like, hey, like, what about this scenario? I would say, okay, if it's this, then I would kind of probably tackle it this way and look at this and do these things. But yeah, so
but I don't think Antifa was around back then. I thought it was something.
The black bloc elements have been around since
a long time.
Yeah, the black bloc elements have been around since 1917. This Tony, on the show, whenever the word Bolshevik gets mentioned, everybody has to do a shot, basically. But
Bolsheviks. Drink.
it really, the black bloc stuff really started around 1917. And Antifa has been around in one form or another since that time. However, in 92, they weren't identified as Antifa. So Tony's absolutely correct. It was Antifa. They just weren't wearing Antifa t-shirts at the time. It's the same exact creature, and it always has been, and it has been since 1917. I've studied this pretty extensively.
Commies.
And this is commies. It's just commies.
Pretty much.
By another name.
Yeah.
So
cool. Yeah, but anyway, there's a bit of a manual. I think they're gonna want me to expand on that in the second book, is what I'm told. Who knows? But the first book.
Second book. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. There will be a second book.
Nice.
The second book's gonna be boring. It's gonna be a manual. I'm talking to the boring crowd. They're like, yeah, a manual. Yeah, Tony.
We're the guys that'll read that shit.
I know. I appreciate guys like that. Honestly, because I need the details. I just got to sit down and absorb it. And I'm usually kind of like flying and going here or there. So I appreciate that level of detail, the attention to detail.
That's right up our alley as well.
Yeah,
I am known for making very annoying intelligence maps of things. I'll have big, huge, sprawling maps that cover every date, every person, every activity, the whole 9 yards. There's a total. I think I have an Antifa map. If I can find one of my Antifa maps, I'll send it to you. Just so you can see the kind of annoying detail that an actual military intelligence specialist.
No, I get it. It's a total head game with you guys. I get it. I get it. So I totally understand. I know. Yeah. I'm tracking.
So, how many guys were standing guard with you over your property during the riots?
Oh, okay. So you didn't listen to the Unsub podcast. Yeah, I didn't.
I did. It's not Tony's property. He lived in Hollywood at the time. It was your cousin. Your cousin?
Yeah, it was actually a friend.
A friend.
A friend of mine. But no, I wasn't doing guard duty.
Okay.
I was doing riding. I was riding around.
Nice.
Yeah. I knew who our shooters were, so I was riding around.
Oh, you were hunting?
I was hunting.
Outstanding. I mean, somebody's shooting at you. You got to hunt those sons of bitches down. You can't wait.
I don't believe in waiting.
Yeah.
No, I'm cool with that.
Yeah. You come shoot at us, and then we find out, then we know who you are. We're coming.
It's game on.
Good. Good. That's the way it should be.
The book's about that, and the book is like, well, Tony, like, how do you know who these guys are, and why did you go out there? What gave you the propensity and the wherewithal and the fucking whatever? Were you not scared or this and that? So I address all of that in the book. So, yeah. Another plug for the book. Sorry.
Yeah, that's no with that kind of activity. I mean, people don't understand. It's the same thing here in Detroit. Pop and I both grew up in Detroit. Mm-hmm. Everybody knew everybody in the neighborhoods, and everybody thinks that Detroit has a big race problem. It didn't have a race problem when we were in the 80s. Everything went by blocks. If you were out from that block, you're fine. If somebody from that block brought you onto that block, you were fine. But if you walked onto that block, you better have a good fucking excuse, or you're going to get your fucking dome cracked.
You'll appreciate my book.
Everybody knew who everybody was and what block everybody was from, and that's kind of what you're describing right there. So of course you guys would know who the shooters were, because everybody knows the blocks.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, you'll like my book. Cool. And so
that's good stuff, man.
Thank you.
I've already ordered an advanced copy. I want the shooty copy.
You want the shooty copy?
Well, the advanced copy is a shooting copy.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're getting it. I'm actually signing it this weekend. They sent me like a stack, and they're like, "Look, you got to sign all these." I was like, "Okay,
perfect."
So I'm actually right. I was like, I asked them, do I have to use this, or can I do that, or do I have? They're like, just whatever, just do whatever you want. So I'm like, really?
Yeah.
So my daughter came up with this idea. She was like, "Dad, what if like we get one on like that you're signing, and we kind of girl it out, like make it all pink and this and that, and say, hey, you got the girl edition. Congratulations."
Do it. Absolutely do that.
Nice.
That's like, I told her, do it.
Yeah, that's like the collector's collector edition.
Yeah, I told her just do it. I told her pencil it out, and then I'll color it in. All right, like congratulations, you got the Rooftop Korean Daughters, design edition or something like that.
That's fantastic. That's like the daughters of the Confederates in the South. There, you got the daughters of the Rooftop Koreans.
Dude,
so,
I didn't think about that.
Did you approach a publisher with the idea, or did they approach you
for the book?
Yeah.
I approached them. So I posted it on Twitter or X, on X. And then the publisher Wargate kept coming up. So I was like, okay, I'll send it to them. So I sent it to them. And then they gave me a reply back in about like 3 hours. And then I was introduced to their CEO within like the next hour. And then they sent me a contract. And then we had something signed like in a week and a half. Yeah. So yeah, no, I mean, I hear stories of how difficult it is for people to get published. So I'm very
I couldn't get any of my stuff published.
yeah, I'm so thankful. You know, I'm very thankful that you know that they picked it up that quickly, and you know they saw
It's a
it.
story everybody. Tony, I don't know if you're aware of this, but what my first assignment was the DMZ
Oh, cool.
in Korea
Yeah, 38.
with Second Infantry Division, and we had Katusas there. You know Katusas?
No.
They had it's Korean augmentee to the U.S. Army. The Korean Army would give us Korean soldiers. And because I'm a trained linguist, I was responsible for a bunch of these guys when they first came to our unit, and I had to teach them the American rules for soldiering and all of that stuff. There's a school they go to before that, one of our schools they go to before that, but then they come to us to the unit, and they found out that I had been to LA prior to coming there. So my brother, like I said, lived there.
Right.
They're like, 지붕 아저씨들.
Oh, shit.
Like,
Rooftop old people.
the rooftop dudes, the rooftop old guys.
Rooftop old guys.
Yeah.
People mentioned
This was 1996. You were already famous with the Koreans.
Oh wow.
The young Korean guys were fascinated by the Koreans from K-Town. And they were already talking about it. It was one of the first things they brought up.
This book is for all, not just for the young Koreans, but it's for young people in general, young guys. This book is for young men, you know, to kind of illustrate what it's like to go through adversity, difficulties, and shit, you know, and then like, you know, not to sugarcoat the things and tell them like this is how things are really, you know. So,
well, men need to hear that.
Yeah, because you know, honestly, like, I'm not trying to start a social media fight or anything, but we got too many like guys, like young social media guys that are a bit, they're not teaching the right things. I mean, fuck.
The word you're looking for is mangina.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, you know, because I asked my son, he's 17, right? He's in that age group. I'm like, who do you listen to? Who do you talk to? And stuff. None of these guys, you know? So, like,
hey, guys are asking where they can find a copy of your book.
Wargate. Just go Google. Google is your friend. Fuck, like you guys have, these guys have like access to technology, like Google. Tony Moon.
Hit him, Tony. Hit him between the eyes. Fucking Google it, you faggots.
Come on, just Wargate Tony Moon. Tony Moon, Roof Korean, Wargate. Just it's there.
There you go.
Nice.
No, but thank you. I appreciate it. It's been really overwhelming because I had a call with the publisher last week, and they were saying the numbers were just way beyond their expectations. You know, so
they're not. You were an underground phenomenon in the military. I knew guys who deployed with Rooftop Korean patches.
Yeah.
The most famous one, it just said Roof Korean. It didn't say Rooftop Korean yet. It was just Roof Korean, and it was a guy in a yellow shirt holding an M16.
Nice.
And I knew quite a few guys who took those overseas when they went to various places.
Yeah, I was clueless. I was like,
yeah.
How many days did that actually go on?
6 days, April 29th to May 5th.
Well, I know there's the official days, but there's always a couple days spill over.
Oh, no, yeah, you're right.
I say like it started Wednesday, and then it wrapped up, I would say, by Friday. Saturday was kind of a dead day, really. But you gotta remember, by Saturday, everyone's all like, they're lawless out, you know? They
They're rioted out.
Like, you know what I mean? It's like everyone's hungover from the riot. They're like, fuck, we just want to get back to like normal shit at this point, right?
Yeah.
So everyone's like done. And you can feel everyone's Peter. You know, and by that time, like people have gotten shot. You know, there's people at the hospital, shit's happening. So, you know.
Once you start losing people, it gets really fast.
Yeah, then it's not haha he he fuck.
Yeah.
There's no LAPD. You know, there's like, you know, whoever, like Trey or Juan or whoever got shot, and we got to take them to the hospital, you know. So
wow.
My wife's in one of the chats right now going in 2020. I was convinced that the Rooftop Koreans were coming back to the rooftops.
Oh.
Which is true. When the riots
I thought that was going to happen in Minnesota.
Well, to be honest, there are a few of us that are keeping an eye on Koreatown to see what would happen during that time. So we were just watching. And I know if the call went out, like some of, you know, not some of us, the ones that are left would have went.
It would have been like the bat signal, but in Hangul.
Yeah, and it would have been different because some of us like know each other. We kind of we're older now. Some of us already we're only separated by 1 or 2 degrees. So we'll know people from other people. Yeah. So the link up, the network would be different. We got social media now. So yeah, it's just it'll be very coordinated now versus before, I would say. Yeah.
Well, plus, everybody's got
Okay,
WhatsApp and all those other
Sure.
signal so-called encryption apps. We know
Yeah.
they're not, but
Right.
I mean,
Don't
obviously, I looked
anything
into
on those
this.
apps.
What's that?
I had the feds crawling over my social media 3 months before I was told they were doing it. So my advice is like, don't put anything in social media or don't soft copy anything that you don't want them looking at.
So you're aware of NSA, right?
Oh yeah,
Hi.
yeah, I'm very well aware.
I was NSA for 6 years. It's called NSA CSS. We're the military branch of NSA.
no.
We technically take our orders from NSA, but we do all of the military shit. I did that for 6 years.
And I
So,
know
yeah,
I'm on a watch
absolutely correct.
list. I'm probably on several watch lists.
That's why, like important stuff, I write it down. Really important stuff, I just commit it to memory. Fuck it. They're gonna have to Neuralink me to take that information anyway.
Yellow legal pad for the win.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
Oh,
There you go.
Yeah.
Yellow legal pads everywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the way you said you guys were really organized in 92. That was compared to what the usual civilian world can pump out on short notice like that. You guys were very organized. So if you were going to be more organized this time around, my advice for anybody out there in LA planning on doing stupid shit in K-Town is don't do that.
Yeah,
So-
I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't.
Neither
I really
do I.
Yeah, because one, there's, I know I'm watching Koreatown, so are others. But going back to 2020, they avoided Koreatown on purpose. Like nobody went down there.
Word got out.
Yeah, it worked out.
Yeah, they were. It was probably the dads of the kids who were rioting, going, "No, we were there in '92. Just leave that neighborhood the fuck alone. Give it a pass, man."
Well, I think it's that, and plus, what they were doing in 2020, they're purposely targeting big corporate
Yes.
retail centers because of like their idea, their reasoning was like they have insurance, right?
Mhm.
What are they losing? They're just going to file a claim and they'll get the value of the merchandise
It
back.
doesn't work anymore.
Well, right, but that was the thinking back then. That's why they were attacking a lot of large commercial retailers. Hollywood
Sure.
Boulevard was a place where they actually hit like the Nike store and stuff, and there was like shit happening in Hollywood.
Well, here's the thing. I would like to see some laws passed that you should have the ability to use deadly force to protect your property, especially if that property is linked to your ability to earn a living.
Yeah, preaching to the
Yeah,
choir.
Yeah, that's totally reasonable thinking.
Yeah, because that, like, the whole shit that went down in Minnesota, like, oh, they're all insured. There's still businesses there that are never going to get their insurance payouts.
Right. That's what happened in '92.
Yeah,
Like a lot of them, like the insurance took too long. It wasn't enough coverage. A lot of these guys that had these places ended up doing like janitorial work, menial labor just to keep their families afloat, and it was a bitter time after.
What people don't understand about the insurance industry is they take in all of those premiums, right? But they're paying all the executives. They're paying for those executives to take trips. They're paying all the overhead for all the stuff that they have. They're paying for their multi-million-dollar little compounds for their companies and everything. That money, just like a bank, if everybody was to go to any given bank and withdraw all of their money, the bank would not be able to fulfill that. And insurance companies, no different at all. Is that the orange bottle?
No, that's one of the orange bottles.
It's one of the orange bottles.
Just like Spider-Man has different suits, I have different orange bottles.
Outstanding. Insurance companies don't have that money that you paid for your insurance. They don't have that. And the reason that I know this is my mother lived in Homestead, Florida for quite a few years. When Hurricane David came through, when Hurricane Andrew came through, when Katrina and Wilma hit, the insurance companies couldn't cover any of the insurance that had been selling these people.
Yep.
They didn't have the liquidity. They didn't have the funds. It's a freaking fraud. It's fraud on a massive scale.
Yeah.
These insurance companies do not keep that money aside to pay out.
And also, once the police pull back and leave, the insurance company's liability goes way down because the police were supposed to protect it and they stopped.
Yeah. Yeah, they've got this reasonable clause where reasonable damage, reasonable protection, reasonable this, reasonable that. It's in every insurance policy everybody has.
Yeah.
Most people never read those insurance policies. They're written in 4-point type and they're 30 pages long for a reason.
Yeah, and the problem is, like, in those contracts, they expect the end user or the consumer to be reasonable while everyone else is being unreasonable. So I say, fuck them. Be unreasonable too. You know, push back on them. You know,
absolutely. You and Pop, having done mortgages, I'm sure you've seen plenty of that shit.
Well, yeah, I mean, you always, yeah, it's called exceptions. Got to ask for the exception, you know?
Right.
Well, the thing that used to get us up here in Michigan is the flood insurance.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Yep. And Florida, obviously, hurricane insurance. Oklahoma, you've got tornado insurance.
Fire. LA.
Fire in LA. Yeah. The whole Palisades is gone now. That's crazy.
Yeah, I was doing a podcast with Spencer at his burnt out place. The guy who's was running for mayor. So we were there. It was just, it's horrendous, man. It looked like there were
Palisades
no ever. It's because it's been over a year now, so a lot of it's overgrown, like grown out. You got the weeds and stuff, and it looks like a hillside.
Okay,
homes there.
For a lot of the people who don't understand, the Palisades in California is right by the coast, right by the Pacific Coast Highway, PCH in California, and it's just up in the foothills. And those houses were built in the 20s, 30s, and 40s.
Yeah.
My brother's wife at the time, her grandfather had built the house in 1946 when he came back from World War II. Okay, Audie Murphy had a house there. John Wayne had a house there at one point. Schwarzenegger had a house there at one point. It was this beautiful, idyllic neighborhood. It was the LA that everybody saw in the movies back in the 80s. And it was this perfect neighborhood, and it was just erased by these fires.
There was a song about it called "The Palisades Park" by Neil Sedaka.
Yeah,
I know. I'm aging myself by saying that, but
yourself hard. You even mentioned Neil Sedaka.
Yeah,
it's bordering on a homo suspicion point.
Not quite though.
Not quite though.
Let's not do it.
You're skirting the line.
I'm surfing the wave, man.
My fingers on the button there, Pop. Careful.
Come on,
Jimmy,
man.
Slam the button anyway so Tony can see what we're talking about.
Ah, Jesus.
You are fined 1 homo suspicion point for violation of the Man Code Morality Statute.
So anyway, Tony, I did a video years ago called Homo Suspicion Points. And I literally go through all kinds of like calculations, and you get points for like if you watch soccer and hockey and stuff, you get points, and there's additions and subtractions.
That's funny.
But once you go over about 14 homo suspicion points, you are pretty much homo confirmed. I'm right around 12 because I like the food. I like the food drinks.
Yeah.
I will watch a tearjerker once in a while.
Do you have a flip side where you get points deducted?
Yes.
Yeah. No, it's a whole math system.
Like if you're carrying a purse, you're gonna get
off points. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, if you're carrying a purse, you're gonna get 2 homo suspicion points unless there's a gun in it. Then there's no points. If there's a knife in it, it's just 1 homo point.
Right. I like that.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. That works. Okay.
It's a whole system. There's math behind the whole thing. This Pop's big thing is he's we call him the dyslexicist because he couldn't write his way out of a wet paper sack, but he's really good at math. And then a whole bunch of his videos are just this crazy math thing that he does.
Have you done 23andMe yet, Pop?
Oh, I have not done 23andMe.
No, but he has done 500 miles of Mr. Right.
Maybe you got like a percent of Asian or something in you.
I could. Yeah. Actually, I did a video called Challenge Accepted. It was response to a woman's hate mail where I mathematically prove it's possible for a woman to get 500 miles of dick ran through in her lifetime.
Oh, my gosh.
We'll send you the link. It's called Challenge Accepted. It's all math.
I know it's math. I know you worked it out, but yeah. I'm okay not knowing.
Hard pass. I'm okay.
I'm okay. I'll take your word for it.
We're good here. Yeah, it's I mean, To be fair, I was there actually when he got the email, and he's like, "I'm just going to nail her on this one."
Yeah. No,
I could
I'm
do
sure
that.
it's very deserving. Very deserving.
Now, I Googled all the numbers.
No.
He's got it. He's got it. So one of the things that happened during the riots was there was a police lag.
Mhm.
Do you remember that, Tony? What happened with that? Because
Well, I didn't
I was
go
able
out.
to map a lot of that out.
Yeah, I didn't go out until Friday, but I know that there was a lag starting Wednesday evening, because that's when like it started to pick up a little bit. But we thought it was just gonna die down by Wednesday night, and then it just continued on to Thursday. Like I would say, like Thursday late morning, early, like by noonish, 1-ish. That's when you know there was a vibe shift, and it felt like what was happening the day before was going to continue on the next day on Thursday, and that's where it really started. Just picking up, and then you saw the fires, the smoke, and then you got reports of firefighters getting shot. In LAPD.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah,
that's bullshit.
Yeah, and so I thought Wednesday was it. Fucking the Florence Normandy, Reginald Denny. That's as crazy it's gonna get, and that was gonna be it. But then no, it continued on Thursday.
Okay, cool. We had a problem in Detroit. There was a thing where EMS ambushes became a sport. And the gangs would deliberately make EMS calls to bad neighborhoods in Detroit and then ambush the EMS drivers.
It's fucking evil.
And they ended up having to wear flaks. They had to remember that, Pop?
Yep.
It was like
They started carrying. I had a couple of friends of mine worked as ambulance drivers and EMTs, and they started carrying guns. And the companies are like, "Well, if you have a gun, we'll fire you." And they're like, "Well, just like 30 fucking people from the shift stood up and were walking out the door." And they said, okay, if you can legally carry a gun, then you just carry it.
Yeah.
It
got really bad.
Yeah, that's just fucking evil.
Yeah.
I mean that's what happened in '92. It's fucking evil.
They were using ambushes like that.
What's that?
They were using ambushes like that in LA.
Well, no, not ambushes, but as the firefighters would show up to put out the fires when they would get shot at. So because of that is why they needed that police escort going in. But you have to remember, like it's a county, it's not the city. LA City versus LA.
I'm familiar with it.
Is like apples and oranges. So that's why on the podcast, the unsub, I went over that specifically because I wanted to illustrate that during that time it was a whole fucking county. It wasn't just LA City bullshit. Last year's little ice, fucking 1 square mile in downtown LA. No, this was a whole fucking county. We're talking about all the different cities that are popping off from all the way up from North Hollywood, past where I live, Hollywood, all the way out to Culver City on the west side.
Yep, I know Culver.
Yeah, and then down, obviously south, right? Not so much the east because the Mexicans locked it down in the east, over in the east, but fucking like everything else that was just like the south, part of the west, the north. Yeah, it was just
now. How far down does LA County go? I remember as far down as like Huntington Beach. The docks.
Yeah, Huntington Beach. I think that's kind of the border. That's where it borders. I want to say like
that's about what I thought. I played darts. I played darts out of the King's Head on Wilshire. You know the King's Head?
Huh.
It's a bar on Wilshire, right?
Hey, you guys keep talking. I'm going to hit the
water.
restroom real quick. I'll be back in 3 minutes.
Pop has a squirrel bladder.
Squirrel bladder.
Yeah, I think I've seen it. I've never been inside though. It's on Wilshire.
I
want to say it's near Normandy. I think is it?
Yeah,
around Normandy?
that's around Wilshire and Normandy. There's a dry cleaner across the street, and then there's
it's on the north side of the
behind
street,
it.
right? I think it's on the north side. Is it?
Correct. Yeah, and then there's a
I've
bakery.
seen
Well,
it.
there was a bakery behind it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I used to go down to Huntington Beach to play darts, and then we would go up into North Hollywood. And then I had a friend who lived in the really cool district of Hollywood. A lot of people don't even know this exists. They think Hollywood is the movies. There's an old district that was built in the 20s, and my buddy Dave lived in there in a building that was built in the 20s, and he somehow got a hold of do you remember Monty Hall? The game show host, Monty Hall?
Well, where is this street at?
It was way back in like a little art district. There was a newsstand called the Daily Planet. There were like 5 coffee shops around the Daily Planet. And it was the oldest
that's
area.
It's by Franklin, right? Franklin.
This was some years ago.
Yeah, that area is north of Hollywood. It's like Franklin. It's where the Scientology building is.
I think so. Correct.
Bronson. I think it's like Bronson. There's a Mayfair Market. I don't know if it's still there, but it used to be Mayfair.
This was 20 years ago. This was 20 years ago that I was there.
Okay, I'm thinking about even further back. I was like 30 years. Never mind.
But yeah, a lot of people don't know that the LA County is a sprawl.
Mm-hmm. It's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have the whole county popping off in '92.
Yeah.
But since that time, what with Rodney King, I don't know if you've noticed this, but they've been using that as a template for fucking everything else. That's been the template since '92 to basically foment racial discord. The fucking cops are killing black people when it's black people that are killing black people on every single freaking day. But now we got to target the cops, and that's been the template that they use. Like in Trayvon Johnson.
It's part of the whole color revolution thing, which is created by a guy named Eugene Sharp in Burma of all places. Mm-hmm. But yes, in the United States, they're using that Rodney King model. Yeah. With the color revolution stuff. Do you know about the color revolution stuff?
I'm familiar with it. Yeah,
I've got a big chunk of that. You know what? That's the one that I'll pass.
Purple is their color. That's the color they're all rallying around right now.
There you go. There you go. That's a color revolution that they're trying to do. The problem is in America, a color revolution doesn't really work because we have this hold my beer problem. And it requires a homogenous culture to have a color revolution.
Right.
And we don't have that in America. I mean, from neighborhood to neighborhood, it doesn't matter. You've got, the Koreans here in Detroit and the Koreans in LA. I've seen them interact. And then the Koreans down in Texas. I got a buddy who's Korean in Texas. Well, he's from a Korean family. And he's Texan. He's not going to relate to a guy who just came from Busan.
Right. No. That makes it's true.
Yeah.
We speak the same language. We look the same, culturally the same, but our roots are culturally the same. But in terms of
America, it's not.
In America, it's like night and day.
Totally different. Like you don't speak like a Korean at all. Honestly, you speak from a dude like from LA. If we got on the phone and neither of us mentioned names and we just talked, I would say he's from LA.
Right.
And I might be able to say he's from like closer to the city.
So he has Korean with a California accent?
No, he just speaks California.
Okay. Because I've actually seen an interpreter in Iraq who spoke Arabic but had a Texas slang, and everyone would like freak out when he would talk to him because they could understand him. He was an American, but he had that Texas drawl and he would speak Arabic.
Oh my God, that's funny.
It was fucking hilarious.
That's a nightmare because Arabic has a specific cadence to the language. Yeah. If you throw a Texan dialect over that, that's going to be a nightmare.
It was comedy gold, man. It was comedy gold.
I was in Georgia in 90, I think it was 97, 90. Yeah, well, actually, no, back way before 97. I was in Georgia visiting friends in Emory, and there's a Korean community in Georgia, Atlanta.
Oh, you mentioned this to me. Keep going.
Yeah. And then I was speaking to them, and then I heard them speak Korean. They speak Korean with a Southern accent. It was like the weirdest thing ever.
Yeah, I heard that at Fort Bragg too.
Yeah, it was like, what? Can you say that again?
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
They get like a Southern drawl to their Korean.
Mm-hmm.
And it stretches vowels out and slows things down. Korean is a short, clipped, sharp language.
Mm-hmm.
It's especially interesting when I first learned Korean. Then I got there, I was around a bunch of old guys like ajushi. The older guys are called ajushi,
right?
And they're talking, and they don't need nouns. They don't need subjects. If they know what they're talking about already, they only speak with verbs.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's these words that I call the kro words, like kre, krom, 그러니까, 그렇지. And they'll have whole conversations making these noises, and you're like, what the fuck are they talking about? And it takes like 2 years to understand how the context works.
Yeah.
You have to already know what the conversation was to begin with to know what they're talking about at all.
Yeah, the culture is interesting because we break our conversations in between the middle of a conversation, and we'll pick it up sometime later, and then whoever we're talking to would know what we're talking about because
exactly.
And I noticed that too, and it's I don't know if it's an East Asian thing, but it's cultural, in that sense. I don't know if it's whatever. it is.
I speak Mandarin and some Japanese as well, and I can tell you right now, it's a distinctly Korean thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I said, it took me a year and a half, 2 years to figure out how it worked. But it's actually kind of useful because you can have conversations that nobody around you has any idea what you're talking about because you started the conversation 3 days ago.
That happens. Yeah, it does happen. And that's weird.
Yeah.
3 days ago.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's good stuff.
So, Mr. Moon, if shit was to really kick off and this is going to get like, let's just say it turns into a nationwide two-way rifle range, what do you think the Korean community in California would do?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I can't speak for everybody. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I mean, they're all fragmented in a sense. You have independents, liberals, you got progressives, you got conservatives.
There you go. That's what I was
Christians,
talking
atheists, Buddhists. You got everybody and everything. So it's hard to say if it's going to go on one side or the other. You know, so
because in my opinion, if we don't course correct, we're going to wind up in a two-way rifle range situation nationwide.
Oh yeah, we're not going to course correct. I can just tell you that right now. We're not going to course correct. We're going to go in that direction. That's what's
okay.
coming.
Let's take that and let's take that in a direction. Then, what do you think is going to happen? What's your impression of what's going on?
I think, well, I said this back in I told this to a friend back in 2022, 23, around there. I said my biggest concern isn't the fact that we go too far left. My biggest concern is that we go too far right, because that creates a whole different set of problems. I make a distinction between patriotism and just ultra nationalism, and I think there's a line between the two. So in that sense, with what's going on, I already see it. Yep. Like I have friends that were, on board with Trump, but now there is a lot of wavering, especially with the whole ICE thing. Got the whole Epstein thing, got the whole Israel thing, AIPAC, all this other shit that's built out that was never mentioned in the elections prior to the run up to that. And then now it's all coming to light now. So yeah, a lot of people are, they have a different, viewpoint and also perception of what's happening right now. So in that sense, yeah, I think there is going to be a popping off point. I just don't know who it's going to be, but I think it's going to be more tribalism. I don't think you're going to have a two-way rifle range. I think it's going to be more than two ways. I think you're going to have.
In the beginning, it'll be multiple, but at some point, it'll merge into the two-way rifle range.
Right. This is to what you're saying, Tony. This is something I've been saying on the show for about 2 years now. I keep telling people, do you want Adolf? Because this is how you get Adolf.
Yeah, we need to. This is the difficult thing is that I'm trying to straddle the middle somewhere where I don't want to go too far left. I don't want to go too far right either. I like where we were back in like the 80s.
Yeah.
You had patriotism.
Mid 1980s.
Right. That's where I want us to go back to, because I think that's where we had the patriotism. We had love of country. Yep. We wanted to be number one based upon the merits and like our efforts than just, whatever bullshit.
I think about 68 to 92 is the sweet spot. I think if we could stay inside those boundaries.
Well, see, I've always been center right in the way I look at the world.
Okay, then you're closer to 68.
But here's the thing, though, is like I haven't really moved. The left has moved so far to the goddamn left. It is
everyone's
sickening.
Saying that. Yeah, everyone's saying that. No, we haven't moved. It's the culture's moved, and the reason why the culture has moved is because what I call the gatekeepers of culture, who basically would speak for us, were kind of silenced for a period of time because of COVID and because of everything else. But my hope is that they're going to start speaking out again. And the group I'm talking about are fucking comics. These guys were on the front line of culture in terms of making fun of shit. A lot of them were silenced because, like, if we look back at culture, like humor, like shit that's funny back then, it's still funny now. I mean, what's changed? Oh,
right.
Because the wrong thing.
A lot of the comics today are coming right out and saying you've killed comedy.
Right. So I that's where it needs to start. It needs to start back in comedy. We got to start making fun of shit in front of people and just saying shit that like is funny. Sometimes it's fucked up, but it's funny.
Yeah, that's what I do here on this show. Is I make fun of the cult of the cunt, and all of the craziness that's going on, the man-woman dynamics and all that insanity.
Right.
And I've been shadow banned and like demonetized on YouTube. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, and just to give you an idea of how bad the shadow banning is going on there, Tony, we have 232 concurrent viewers on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let's put that in some context. We have over 140,000 followers. I think actually we have about 200,000 followers total. We've got 130,000 followers just on YouTube.
Yeah, and they never get notified.
We rarely get more than a couple of hundred on there.
That's
because of the shadow banning.
Yeah.
Do you guys have other avenues where you guys are like
we are on Rumble, MGTOW, MGTOW.tv, Odyssey, BitChute. We have all kinds of fires in the iron.
And irons in the fire too.
Yeah, I think the only thing you can do in this situation like that, just keep diversifying into other platforms where you can start monetizing.
That's
I mean, I'm going to be entering that world soon too. I'm working currently with Radio Korea. We're talking about putting a radio show, a once a week radio show where I can just go on and just.
I'll be your first guest.
Shoot the shit, whatever, you know.
Hell yeah.
So I mean, you know, and it's just you're gonna have to just find different ways to get around YouTube, because YouTube is the biggest payer anyway, right? But
they're starting to lose traction. Honestly.
Okay. Well, just give it time. Like, you know, I've been around. Fuck, this sounds old. I've been around before the internet, so I've seen the internet come up, and I've seen like, you know, different the browser wars. Remember?
Yeah.
Remember Mosaic, the first browser ever, right?
Yep.
So
Mosaic and Netscape.
Yeah,
Netscape. Yep.
So,
are your dogs fighting?
Yeah, let me go check real quick.
No, they're all right.
Yeah. I gotta figure out. So there's somebody here. They're acting like they've never been loved before. That's why.
Yeah.
This has turned out pretty good, man. This is a good show.
Hell yeah.
I like it. But you know,
my rooster took a bite out of my hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got too close to him, and he decided that he didn't like that. He took a bite out of me.
I'm just curious of like
the reasonable rooster went unreasonable.
Tom was unreasonable. Yeah, Tom was unreasonable.
Yeah, I got to put together a list of items that somebody could use or get a hold of ahead of time so they can build like a bunker and take care of their house and stuff.
We got to get Mike Shelby on too for the area assessment thing.
Yeah.
Building a bunker.
Yeah.
It's important stuff.
I don't know. Like I saw some of those pictures of the Rooftop Koreans. They were carrying, most of them had assault rifles or semi-automatic rifles.
They had. There were a couple of K2s. I saw at least one Mauser. I saw at least one Mosin.
There was a couple Daewoo's in there.
A couple of Daewoo's. Yeah, that's the K2s. The Daewoo is the K2.
Yeah. So there was everything out there. I mean, shotguns.
What was out there without incriminating anybody to the LA police who now hate guns?
No. I've talked about this, but I mentioned that there was the riots where there were 3 different types of riots. So you had obviously the main one, which was in south of LA, which is the Black community. That happened on Wednesday and Thursday, and then you had just general people, you know, acting stupid. Just because there's no LAPD presence, they're doing dumb shit they normally wouldn't do. So you had that throughout the whole county, right? And then you had in Koreatown, you had what I call a gang war. You had between a lot of the Korean owners, and at that time it was a newly formed Salvadorian gang called MS or MS-13.
I know
MS-13.
I know. I'm very familiar with MS.
Yeah, so MS, I'll give you a quick rundown on MS. MS started in LA in the Pico Union District in the mid 80s. They started off as a stoner group. They're called Marasalvatrucha stoners. They were basically long hair metalheads that basically smoked weed. And then they got into fights with 18th Street, the rival gang. Some shit happened, and they ended up becoming a full gang. And then they basically started changing the landscape of gang warfare during the mid to late 80s into the 90s.
I'd have to go back and find the titles, but there were a couple of really good books about all of that written in the very early 90s.
Yeah. So that's what was happening in Koreatown. It wasn't like, looters. It was basically, it was a shootout between us and them. Yeah.
Wow.
What are you gonna do, man?
Yeah.
And was there a particular reason? Was it just because of the one incident at the store with the shop owner and the young black girl that kicked off with the Koreans in particular? Or did they just decide that Koreatown looked like a good target?
I think they didn't anticipate the pushback.
Oh, soft target. They saw you as a soft target.
They were taking pot shots in hopes to scare off the shop owners, business owners, that they would leave and then they can go back and go and loot the place.
Yeah.
So that was the mentality and thinking. You have to remember these guys came from a civil war. So the rules of engagement in El Salvador are much different than in LA.
Yeah.
So they were taking things to a whole different level in LA, and LAPD was actually on their radar as well in terms of getting shot at. And I mentioned that where they were one of the first Hispanic gangs in LA that were starting to shoot at. They're probably the only ones in LA that were shooting at LAPD when they first got here. So yeah, it was different. Yeah.
Now, I know everybody on the show is going to love this because I talk about Korea all the time, but I don't give a fuck. I lived over there for a long time. Let me tell you something about the Korean people. They're a bunch of hard motherfuckers, okay? They went through a lot. The history of Korea is long and storied and includes a lot of wars and a lot of bullshit inflicted on them by other countries. The Korean people do not like to be pushed around. They're a hard bunch. So the Salvadorans made a bad call on that one.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, we didn't have a country for a while. I mean,
I'm very aware of it.
Annexed by Japan during the early 1900s, and I hear stories about that from grandparents. Depending on where they were. Like my father, he had more of a privileged life. He lived in Tokyo during World War II, and that's where he was born. And then my mom's side of family lived in Korea, so they have two totally different views of what the occupation was.
Totally different world.
Yeah, totally. But yeah, I mean, we didn't have a country for long. That's what I was told. It was
that's absolutely true. I studied a lot of the history. I went to Yonsei University. I took history and geopolitics at Yonsei University in Korean. So I got to learn a lot of that straight from the horse's mouth, as it were.
Yeah, and it's
you're absolutely correct.
Yeah, and it's still kind of a sore spot for a lot of the older
generation. Very much so. Yeah. But I mean, I'm going to stand my ground on that. I lived over there for a long time. The Koreans are a hard bunch of people, and I really like them.
We're nice people, though.
You are, though. Your barbecue is the best in Asia, period.
Like talking shit on X. I do.
Nobody can touch Korean barbecue, period.
Because Korean likes talking shit on X.
That's fine.
Thank you.
No, Koreans are good people. I'm serious.
Yeah. But, I mean, that's what makes America. It takes, like...
Well, yeah. My point in bringing that up is the Salvadorans made a really bad choice.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to end well for you.
Yeah, they didn't know.
It's like walking into an Irish neighborhood.
They found out. Yeah. They found out, so...
You just burn them down, man.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, but we're going to see more of that as the police stop responding to stuff. You're going to have, neighborhoods having to defend themselves, and it's not going to be pretty because there's not going to be warning shots. You're just going to be in the wrong place, wrong time, and then you're going to get a supersonic back scratch. You're done.
Supersonic back scratch.
So just keep an eye on LA, like what's going on right now. The LA City Council just passed. I don't know if it's a mandate or a law or whatever, but they're not going to give traffic tickets anymore, right? So infractions like broken taillights, cracked windshield.
Oh no, I saw that. That's not going to end well at all.
Do you know why they're doing that? You know why they're doing that?
Because it affects the blacks, folks.
Yeah.
Well,
no, it's not because of that.
Okay.
Nice guess though.
Well, tell us what's going on.
It's the homeless. The fucking homeless is why they're doing that. Because if you look at Skid Row, you got all these trashed out cars, and they're not going to
bend down Skid Row. Yeah,
and it's not just that, but they're building it like an RV park for the homeless too, right? So the
Seattle tried this; it didn't work.
Yeah, they're going to have an RV park for homeless, and these homeless fucking encampments, like all kinds of bad shit happens there. You talk to security guards that do homeless encampment, like they do patrolling around there. You can hear all kinds of crazy stories from them. I mean, it's a bad thing. The problem is they're trying to appease to these people in terms of like dealing with the symptom, not with the fucking problem, which is you got a drug problem, and you got an employment problem, and you got a mental health problem. You know, so if you can address those three things, then you'll clean up about like good 67% of the homeless.
And a lot of people wind up homeless after they get divorced.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I lived out of my car for 6 months during my divorce.
Right.
But I've been doing this for almost 20 years now. I've talked to thousands of guys. And some of these dudes were hit with such high child support and medical bill and all.
Yeah.
They're like, I can't even feed myself. Why am I going to go to work to give all my money away? I mean,
we've got a regiment member up in Ogama County that's going through that right now.
Yeah.
The judge brought him in under contempt and had this guy. He's got 2 bronze stars with V's, 2 purple.
They don't give a shit. They don't give a shit.
Yeah.
They don't give a shit about your record. They don't give a shit. They don't give a shit that you're a veteran. They don't give a shit that you fucking lost buddies. They don't give a shit that you got PTSD or you got some sort of mental disability, physical disability. They don't give a shit.
No, they do not. You're 110% correct.
Yeah.
I hate to say it like that, but
no, it's totally true.
It's
though.
the truth. You're just telling the truth, man.
Here's another thing that this is going to be another dimension to when it goes fucking south.
Mm-hmm.
Is there's a whole lot of men out there who feel a particular way about how they were treated during their divorce.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And if the rule of law were to slip,
oh yeah,
it's going to be on like Donkey Kong. And I'll use a historic example.
Yeah, I can see
Before the Civil War kicked off, there was about 18 months prior where it was all about people settling scores and feuds.
Yeah.
So that, using a historic example, that is going to take place.
Honestly, I'm shocked that hasn't happened yet. We have 24 years of combat veterans with multiple tours. Some of these guys have 6, 7, 8 combat tours under their belt, and these judges are fucking with them. At what point do you wake up and realize that you are provoking basically a warlord?
Yeah. Well, also, if that veteran decides, you know what, I don't want to be here anymore, and before I go, I'm taking people with me.
Yeah, but please don't do that.
What are you going to do?
Please don't do that. That's why
I don't want that to happen either. But
we don't want it to happen, but it's an inevitability.
But these are valid questions that people need to ask.
Like fuck them. You're gonna get fucked during this time. I'm just sorry to tell you that. There's no Vaseline during this fucking. You're just gonna get fucked. You know what I mean? Just the best advice I can give you is just hang on to your fucking balls and bear it. And it's not forever. It's not forever. It's a short period of your life. You just gotta fucking bear it. Just fucking go through it. Just
bite the pillow. It's gonna be a painful 7 to 10 minutes. You'll be fine.
Yeah. It's like getting kicked in the balls, but it's just gonna last a few years. A couple of years. I went through a 2-year divorce. It's like getting kicked in the balls for 2 years, but it's not forever.
Well, I mean, I've talked to for instance, when I was homeless, I met a guy who was in Detroit.
Uh-huh.
Used to be an architect. Got divorced. Got absolutely destroyed. And he owed so much money he could never catch up. So he got to the point where he would just turn himself in the fall, spend 90 days in jail. They'd let him out, and he was just panhandling like all the other homeless guys. I am sure he's dead now because that was almost 2 decades ago.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what the best advice is in a situation like that when you're just fucking beholden to a payment that you can't afford for how many years. I mean, I don't know what the situation is, but yeah.
I mean, just look at it this way. A woman speaks the 3 magic words, I'm not happy. Then the dreaded vagina opens and whole careers, whole 401ks go in there, houses, cars, and kids never to be seen again.
Everything but you.
Yeah.
Like a black hole.
You're excommunicated from that vagina for the rest of your life.
No vagina for you,
but you're paying for it.
You're paying for that, yeah.
Can you imagine?
I mean, it's a fucked up situation. Like, what do you?
Can you imagine being the guy who has to pay for a roof over yourself, and you have to pay for the roof over your now ex-wife, so she can install the revolving door in the front and back door so the conga line of cocks can come through there for over a decade or whatever until your kids grow up. And these random cocks that can come into the house can spend more times around your kid than you can.
So let me just speak to that real quick. As a father, real quick. So just want to say, like, yeah, that's a shitty situation, because if you have a son, they gotta watch their mom fucking do this bullshit, you know, with all these other guys. It's a fucked up thing to witness as a boy growing up to be a man, to watch your mom do this shit. So I would say just be there for your kids, your son, and have that conversation with them, because they're gonna fucking hate your guts right now because they don't know any better. But you have to keep reaching out and keep having that conversation with them, and basically try to reach them, because eventually they will crack. Yep. You just got to be patient. They're going to come to a point where they're going to like, wait a minute, like everything that's been spun this way didn't really spin this way. It was spun the other way, you know? So
yep.
You just, it's a hard slog, man. It's a hard fucking slog.
You're fucking right, man.
All three of us have gone through a totally different situation. Pop's got daughters as well. My daughter, this is a terrible thing to say, but I'm just going to say it. Okay, I was fortunate enough that my ex-wife passed when my daughter was 11. She got cancer. She died. Okay. I never spoke ill of her mother to my daughter at all. I was fortunate enough to get custody of her and, you know, be able to raise her from there. Every guy's situation ends up different. I mean, I've got 1,000 different stories that I could tell you from the emails that Papa and I get every single day. And there's always a variation on it.
Yep. Yeah.
Like
I was 8 when my parents divorced, and I wanted to go live with my dad when I was 12. And that didn't happen until a week before my 17th birthday, when my mom finally kicked me out of her house to go live with my dad.
Yeah.
I watched what my dad had to struggle with. I've heard the stories.
Yeah.
And,
I told you. Go ahead.
And I am the man I am today because of my dad, because going to live with my dad and saying, I worked with my dad when I was 15, being the fucking bus boy, the fucking toaster boy, worked with him doing concrete and all this other shit. Holy shit.
What the hell?
Kicking over my fucking empty beers. But yeah, I'm the young buck here, Tony, and you know, because I'm only 35. I'll be 36 this year, and I've seen what I've seen and had to deal with as a young child of what family court, divorce court does to a man, and the lies, deceptions from family have been said, and it's fucking horrendous.
Yeah. Yeah. And then Steve, you brought up a good point. And then which is like not to talk ill of your spouse, your ex-spouse, because the kids pick up on that, you know?
Yeah.
And then my daughter said something to my ex-wife, something that struck me, which is we had a meeting, we're talking about what's going on and stuff. And she turned to her mom and says, you know, Mom, like I really, you know, when you talk like this, you talk bad about my dad, it makes me not like him, but it makes me hate you for saying these things about him, you know? So just keep that in mind, because the kids, they look at that in terms of nobody wants to hear shit talked about their mom or their dad, even if their fucking dad's a loser and so is their mom, whatever. You know, so I would say as a parent, as a father, just fucking knock that off. Don't talk shit about your spouse, whatever, behind with the kids. The kids don't want to fucking hear it, you know? And then just take the high road on that, you know, because eventually you want that connection with them. And if they know, like, you know what, my mom's the one that was always fucking over my dad, because, you know, my kids tell me that. Like, you know, that whole time that she was here, Dad, you were always saying sorry to smooth, you know, stuff over. We saw that. So the kids see this, you know, they just got to put it all together when they get older. So don't fuck it up and just like, you know, talk shit about your ex-wife, like, because then it becomes a habit. I got a guy like that where he just constantly talks shit about his ex-wife, where I had to tell him, like, dude, you're going to hang out with me. You're going to talk shit about your ex-wife. Get back in your car and go home. Like, because I don't want to have time for that. I got my own fucking problems. I don't want to hear your fucking problems all day long about your ex-wife, you know? Talk about something else. But yeah, I mean, that's the best advice I can give you. It's probably like, oh, fuck, that's the Roof Korean advice I'm going to get. Like, don't talk shit about your spouse, your ex-spouse. But yeah, I mean,
no, it works.
Kids, yeah, if you want to connect with your kids later, give them positive images of you where they can say, like, Dad was the one that was being wronged. And fuck, I want to connect with this guy because I don't think I got the whole picture about what this man truly was or is, you know? So,
yeah, well, I mean, it's valid. So, I mean, sometimes it's hard, especially when a dude has been really fucked over badly.
I'm not saying it's easy, man. It is. Believe me. I know, man. I got video of her telling like a PD when they all rolled up in here because she called them. You know,
God.
like yeah.
Oh,
They
yeah, I
fucking
know
rolled
that
up deep, like 4 cars, like eight guys, 4 in my driveway, 3 here. I woke up from a nap, turned around to put on my shoes, and one's about to draw. And then my son sees that and he's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" Like, fuck, he's just putting on his shoes, right? And then like fucking, I got her on video saying like, "Oh, he's got
my God.
a whole bunch of guns." And then the PD's like, "Are they registered?" Like, yeah. They'll go, "Well, shit, then." Like, there's fucking nothing we can do. But she's actively trying to fucking nail me. You know?
Yep.
So yeah, I totally get it. You know, I totally get it.
Wow.
Yeah, and actually, with the administrative violence that I mentioned in the beginning of the show, I've actually had people write in and say that, you know, they took my advice, used my tactics, and won more time with their kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, because that's the goal. I mean, fuck her. Yeah,
That's
fuck
right.
her. Right? That's the goal is the kids. Like,
Yeah.
you don't want your son to end up becoming some fucking weirdo who feels like his dad never loved him. So he ends up being like, he feels less than as a man. And as your daughter, you don't want fucking your daughter going out there whoring herself because she can never connect with the man because she doesn't have that connection with the father. So she's looking for that love connection with other men.
Yeah.
She's going to get shortchanged all fucking day long. You know,
Yeah.
so you don't want that for your kids. So, you know, maintain that, you know, be the fucking guy that's getting shitted on, but knowing that you're going to reap the rewards in the end when the kids are older and they're a little wiser and they see what's going on.
Yeah. I would.
Well,
I
we
would
can
agree
only
with that
hope.
entirely.
I mean,
Yeah.
I know lots of guys who got alienated from their children 20 years later have never heard from those kids.
Yeah, that happens too.
I know of several incidents like that as well. Button pushing monkey. What happened there, Jimmy?
Murphy showed up
Did
with
you
his big floppy dick and well shoved it in my ass. I don't know what happened, man. Technology
We don't want
sucks.
to know.
What are you going to do?
Jimmy
Technology
spilled beer on his
sucks.
keyboard. Jimmy spilled
No, I didn't.
Tony, this is the part in the show we go through about 90 minutes, which is where we're at right now. Then we go through and read super chats from the fans.
We don't have a lot of super chats, though. There's a few, but
We don't have a lot today. Okay.
we have several, but I mean, not a whole bunch.
We have
So
several.
we could probably go on a little longer. Let me
All right.
Yeah.
let me check.
I got like another like 15 minutes.
Okay.
All right. Well, Popster, see if you can pull up the cash apps there while I hit this button for the super chat time.
Oh,
Okay.
don't tell what you gotta say. Whatever it is, it's probably lame. If you want some advice and need some help, oh, how about you go F yourself? Go yourself. Oh, F yourself.
The look on Tony's face, he's like, what have I walked into?
Like the guy that's on the left, yeah, that Fu Manchu. I was like,
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, Tony. This is where things get a little unhinged, but it's still funny.
It gets squirrely.
Let's go. I'm here for the unhinged.
Okay, let's do it.
Alrighty, first one on the Rumble side from MGTOW Mandel says, special Saturday salutations to you supremely savage sausage simping simp slappers. Oh, and hi, dwarf.
Hey, fuck off.
All right.
Flashgator Drop of 5 says, evening, gents. A pleasure and an honor to be here tonight.
Outstanding. Yeah, this was a good show. I'm glad this happened.
Hell yeah. Flashgator's coming back says, we need a dwarf and Tony to go on a Korean rabbit hole.
Tony is an LA dude. I'm the one who has spent the most time over in Korea.
But just so you know, Tony, I do have a button for whenever the two gentlemen up top go down a rabbit hole.
It's like skydiving. I wonder where it'll go. This is kind of fun, actually.
Hey, did I ever tell you about Korea?
Yes, way too many times.
That's cool. The little AI clips and stuff you guys have. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, we have our own special Billy Von Baum. He
That's cool.
creates most of our AI videos here. Let's see, next one comes from N2 Gas says, who recalls the name of the musician who wrote the song about the guy stealing your woman? Was Joe D something?
I don't know the origin of the Army Jody, but Jody is real, and Jody will steal your woman when you're deployed. That's what happened to me.
Yes.
Yep. Mando coming back and again saying, humor can be better than light artillery when you're going through the spit.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's true.
Let's see here. Looks like there's the duplicates on the Rumble side. We got Mario Trujillo with 10. How's it going, Mario? Says it's life. It's life's job to put me on the ground, and I hate doing other people's work. Stay in the fight, gentlemen. When life kicks you, spit in its eye.
Yeah.
Yep. I prefer the phrasing, when life hits you in the face, spit out the blood and say, you hit like a bitch. There you go. Mando come back, says, Pop, with all due respect to you, Mr. Moon is the Pacific you. Mr. Moon, I salute you.
There you go. You're liked on the show.
All right.
Thank you.
Hell yeah.
That's nice. Thank you.
Yep. Always here for all the good folks out there. All right, let me do some scrolling down here. Let's see. Migta Mando says, summon him. Bolshevik. Bolshevik.
Oh, no.
Bolshevik.
Beetle Dwarf has been summoned.
Drink.
No, that's the wrong one.
Not that one.
Wrong one.
But
My
that
bad.
one's funny,
My
though.
bad.
Shoestring budget. Shoestring budget.
Bolsheviks.
No, don't say it.
Bolsheviks.
No, please stop.
Bolsheviks.
It's showtime. Bolsheviks, baby. Everyone drink.
Nice.
Yep. Mando again says, new meaning to the Korean War. Remind me not to piss in Mr. Moon's friends off. Yep. Net Guy 1975 says, Pop, next riot play Hillbilly Hillary. Might as well play Hillary. Oh, no.
Here we go.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, you're going to do that, aren't you?
I am, Tony, I am very sorry for this. Prepare your eye bleach, good sir.
That's Hillbilly Hillary.
That's good. I like that.
Shit gets weird up in here, man.
It gets weird when super chats are being
She's
read.
kind of hot. She's kind of hot.
Oh, come on.
She might be ex-wife number 2.
Oh, no.
No.
Tony!
I have problems. I know. I got problems. I know. No. I'm not good with women. I picked the wrong ones. Fuck.
You know what?
No. Now you're in good company. I picked
good
the
with
wrong
riots,
ones.
bad with
Now
women.
you're in good company. Yeah.
Oh, don't worry, Tony. I have buttons that are worse than that one.
Tony, that actually could be a pretty good T-shirt. I'm good with riots, not women.
That was horrible.
All right,
Oh,
Net Guy 1975 come back, says people rely on the police. However, with the Reginald Denny case, they ruled that the cops do not have an obligation to protect you.
They do not.
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah, even though their
The law in
creed,
all 50 states,
even though their creed is to protect
and serve.
Mm-hmm.
No,
that's a lie.
Because they got to add, like, after that, they have to add just kidding. Right?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got Rick Lawfed dropping 10, says Communist Manifesto, exploit the racial differences in order to seed dissent.
Cuba.
Yep.
Karen Bass, the mayor of LA right now, is a strict Castroite. She is a dyed-in-the-wool communist.
You guys ever talk to any Cubans? Like old?
Yes.
Yeah.
70s?
Oh, God, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, same thing.
They're awesome.
They split the Hispanics and the blacks in Cuba. Yeah. That's what Castro did. He promised, like, the blacks in Cuba, like, we're going to give you all this shit, whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
As soon as it came to Barry, he's like, fuck that. You're not getting anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That kind of sounds like kind of sounds similar to what Mamdani is doing to New York.
I said my mom lived in Homestead, Florida. That's right up the road from Miami. There's a lot of Batistas.
Okay.
The pre-Castro regime, they all moved to that area, and they're really good people.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Mando again come back, says, so when Dwarf came home, did he have a conjugation visit?
A what? What are you talking about? I've never been to prison, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Probably should have once or twice, but
Yeah, me too.
Never
Me too.
Never happened.
Allegedly. All right, we got Jackaboy here dropping $50 on us, so he gets one of these. Thank you, Jackal.
We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
Thank you very much.
Jackal says America is the great melting pot. Color revolutions only work on intellectually neutered under rock livers that lack all sense of self to begin with. Mr. Moon, send them high velocity Daewoo Dickory. Daewoo Dickory. I like that.
Supersonic back scratcher.
That's an SAT word.
There you go.
There you go. We got Rec Lothag coming back with 10, says Naked Communists by W. Clearn Schoonson. I butchered that name. My apologies.
You butchered that name. Let me find it. I think I know that book.
Sorry.
The Naked Communist. I know that book. Anyway, carry on.
Infiltrated communist groups in the 60s and explains their operational doctrine, but buy it alongside Pop and Rooftop Koreans book. Do it.
Do it.
Buy my book.
Buy his book. W. Clean Skousen. Yeah, I know that book, The Naked Communists. Yep.
That's
a good book. Well worth the read, but buy Tony's book first, then buy Pop's books. Pop's books have been out longer.
Yep.
Carry on.
Yep. Mando coming back says, Pop, if you're in a secure area and blowing holes in conspiracy theories, are you debunkering down?
Very clever.
I like it.
And Two Gas here says, someone has pointed out that a fair number of preppers tend to be very large. What is it about the mealtime Americans taking such an interest in prepping?
Here in northern Michigan, it's not prepping. It's just how we live. We set aside 3 months of shit because winter sucks. I mean, we were down to 15 below for 7 weeks this year. So
fuck that.
It's not prepping for us. It's normal life.
Yep. Sucks, man. All right. Mario Trujillo coming back says, I've said it before. I'll say it again. The right walked or even ran some cases from the culture. We have to remember both sides are responsible for where we are today.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We had a policy of retreat for far too long.
Yes, that's absolutely correct.
So the purpose of my book is not just like I'm telling a story, but it's to propel me into, I guess you can say, to talk nationally about the Second Amendment. So the ultimate goal with this book is to propel me, get me in front of Congress, and talk about different legislations that might be on the books or whatnot. So there's a lot of guys that are into the legislation of what's happening on the federal or level. So we're going to use my book as a way to kind of, springboard into talking about the Second Amendment and why in terms of like certain regulations aren't going to work. Just, I'm going to be very vocal is what I'm saying. So
I'm cool with it.
Tony, I'm sending you a PDF right now. We did a show on this last week. I covered every gun law in all 50 states, current and pending.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna. It's basically a crib sheet.
Okay. Yeah, I need something like that.
So,
I want to get over because I'm talking the publishers. The publishers. That's the goal with myself and these publishers is to get me in front of Congress, so you see me on C-SPAN.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I got you covered.
All right.
I'll send you these crib notes.
And it I have a feeling I'll be probably, depending on the book, I might be traveling throughout the whole fucking 50 states. I don't care. Talking to people. So I'll get in front of like state legislators as well and talk about
if you need a rack here in Michigan, I got your back. We're 45 minutes from Lansing. So
okay. Yeah, I'm gonna need networks of people to tell me like what's going on to kind of keep me updated. Kind of like, I'll be the gun guy, I guess. I'll talk about my story and why 2A is important, why we can't have these fucking bullshit regulations, because that's not the whole point of 2A. Like in California, we have like a fin guard on our grip. You guys are familiar with the 10-round capacity limit.
No, yeah, I know all about that shit.
So stupid.
That's retarded. Like fuck. Like I don't know why no one's pushed back on this yet. But anyway, that's my plan.
Okay.
There you go. We got Rec Lothhead coming back with 2, says, to lighten the mood, Bolsheviks! Drink. All right, let me scroll down here a little bit more here on the Rumble side. Looks like Jack Boy coming back says kids should be focused on enjoying life before the inevitable Murphy butt mangling upon becomes an adult.
Yep.
Yes.
Don't fill these kids' heads with your hate and rage. Let them live in peace.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, I just sent you that crib sheet. It's got all 50 states and federal laws and all pending laws.
Okay, I'll review it. I've been curious to see what's coming up and what's happening, and
yeah,
I know I've been hearing a lot of rumble from Rhode Island, New Hampshire.
Oh, it's bad.
It's
it's all in there. It's just general notes, but it should help. It should help you.
And then, like I said, once the book comes out, then just we'll be reaching out to different groups to figure out like what's going on with the state legislators, and
okay, cool.
I can go to the state capitol and have a conversation with the legislators and push back and shit like that, all that.
Okay, I'm experiencing squirrel bladder now. So Jimmy, keep going. I'll be
I think.
Oh.
All right. We got Rick Lothhead come back with 10, says, thanks for being on the show tonight, sir. Bolsheviks, don't stop. Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square. Video, please. Well, let me introduce. Let me see if I can find it here. I got to scroll, man. Too many fucking buttons. Where's the button at? Where's it at? God damn it.
Which one are you playing?
Damn it. Where's it at? Where's it at, man? I'm trying to find it. Fuck. Can't find it.
Which one are you playing?
There it is.
Stop. Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square. Stop. Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square. Stop.
We got a whole bunch of AI stuff there, Mr. Moon.
Looks that way, yeah.
Oh, yeah. There's too many buttons, man. Too little time.
So, Mr. Moon, do you have to jump off here?
Yeah. Got another probably like a minute or two. I got some sunlight. Got my Saturday, so. But it was great hopping on with you guys. I'm glad we did this and we spoke, and
if you got to jump off there, Mr. Moon, there, can you give us your final words for the night?
Well, what do you want? How do you want me to end it? I'm not good at these things. I mean,
just tell us, like where your book is, what your plans are.
Right. My book is with Wargate. If you go to Wargate Publishing, they're you're gonna find the book there. It's not available on Amazon just yet. It will be later on, but preferably buy it from the publisher. Get it from them. Good guys. And then once the book comes out, I'll probably hit more podcasts to talk about the book. There'll probably be a lot of questions that come out from the book, which I'm anticipating. So yeah, because there's stuff in there that's not public knowledge during that time. The only people that knew were of groups of people in law enforcement. So
interesting. Tony, thank you so much for coming on, man. I really appreciate it. I threw it out there as kind of a Hail Mary, but let's see what happens. I'm like, hey, Tony Moon, you want to come on our show? And you're like, yeah, sure, man. I'm like, what?
You're talking about guys like that are hitting that low point, with the divorce. And I think, we've all kind of been through it now. So
I slept on an army cot in one of his rooms upstairs at his house for like a year.
A year and a half.
Because I was homeless. I would have been homeless if it wasn't for Pop throwing me an army cot.
Yeah. So I came on because guys need to hear it. Guys need to know that there are other guys that support guys like, and then we don't want you guys to quit. Don't fuck. Yeah. Be a pain in the ass. Stay alive. That's what I say.
We will live out of spite. That's our motto.
Alive.
Yep.
To your dying day, be a pain in the ass to whoever is giving you a fucking hard time. Don't quit. Just live out of spite.
Live out of spite, baby.
I know it's not the right time, but Pop, could you deliver your briefing for Tony Moon's exit here for us tonight?
All right, everybody. Don't drink and drive. Don't drink and swim. It's not going to work out for you. If you absolutely must fornicate, wear a condom, take it with you, and flush it down the toilet. And once you go all the way down. Why? Because women are sneaky bitches, and child support does last 18 to 21 years, depending upon the state you are in. Rack up, pack up, and stack up. There's always safety in numbers, and maintain your situational awareness, because if you're going to be attacked, something in the environment will have changed. And last but not least, I'm sick and tired of throwing you dudes into the dirt because you're taking a permanent solution to a temporary problem. You need to play the long game. You have no idea what tomorrow holds for you, and it could literally change on a dime, so you need to stay in the fight. And everything else fails, live at a motherfucking spite. And always remember Uncle Pop is here cheering for you for all of your victories, even the ones you can never tell anyone about. Boom, beer me.
There, Tony, you've officially been given a United States Army safety briefing from an ex-first sergeant.
Nice. Thank you. I like that. That was good. Okay.
All right, Mr. Moon. Well, you have a good night and enjoy
too.
the
Thank
rest of your
you.
evening, okay?
I had a really good time, gents. God bless
Thanks,
you
man.
guys.
We appreciate you. Have a good one.
You too. Thank you.
Take it easy. All righty, let's finish up those super chats.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was the Rooftop Korean Tony Moon joining us
Right.
tonight.
That was a damn good interview, man.
Fucking outstanding.
Yeah. All right,
Wow.
we'll finish off these super chats here tonight, and we'll get you guys off to your Saturday night. We got Net Guy here with Los Angeles Police motto was changed after the riot to "We treat you like a king."
Oh!
Because we
Nice.
was
I
kings
get it.
and shit.
I get it. Yeah, I get it. Ugh.
G-Man Drop a 5 says, I was a kid doing pizza deliveries during the Rodney King riots. The white kids was amazed that the racism from the blacks was not just upon the whites. Who knew?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Dreadnox dropping 10 says, hi, Tony. I just pressure ordered.
Pressure ordered.
ordered.
We didn't get to that one before he left.
Oh well. With next time. Pressure ordered a copy of your kinetically signed book. Lol. Thanks. That was fucking awesome. What caliber?
I'll ask him. I'll ask him what caliber.
Yep. All right, Jack Boy
He
coming
hasn't
back.
connected yet.
Yeah, they did
Go
they did that on the Unsubs podcast where they actually shot
really?
Versions of his book. Yep.
Yeah.
So that was cool. See, Jackaboy says, we stood by South Korea when its commies northern brethren came down to forcibly drag them into bullshit dick block priority. We won't let bullshit dickery take us now. Fuck them. Hi, Pop. Mommy,
That's a very deep rabbit hole, and you know I will go down that. We will not go down that tonight.
Let's not go down that.
Carry on.
Yep. Got long shot. Triple O drop a 5 says, excellent show tonight, gents. Hope Tony joins the show again.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah, once his second book comes out or something like that, we'll see what happens.
Hell yeah, that was awesome. That was fucking awesome. All right, that does it for the Rumble chats here. Let me.
I love the fact that he is not afraid of the word fuck.
So do I.
It's fucking awesome, bro.
That built confidence. Carry on.
Yep. All right, let me jump over to the MGTOW side of things, see if we got anything over there. If not, we'll carry on. It looks like no super chats over on the MGTOW side of things tonight.
Okay. I got some cash apps.
No problem. All right, we got 9 over on Odyssey. What was the views over on the Twattersphere? 41 views over there.
Okay. Rumble is still kicking.
Yep. All right, Popster, go ahead and rabble off the cash apps there.
All right, I got 50 from Susie McCarley. And hang on, I got to expand this so I can read them. All right, and she says, outstanding. Let's see, I got another one here from HKC for $2 saying Bolsheviks. Thank you.
Bolsheviks.
I'm glad you made it home. Then we've got Dead Coyote Jerry K, $200.
Wow.
Great to have OG Rooftop Korean on stream. Thank you so much, man.
Thanks for your continued support.
Yeah, we're really happy you came on. That turned out really well.
Yeah, it did. It did. He's a really good, personable individual, too.
He is. Yep.
Oh, yeah. All right, let me jump over to the Rumble side because I know there's some sneaky bastards over there. Got Rec Lothhead drop a 20 says, Pops, I'm doing good in life now. You changed my mind to live long enough to see that. YouTube sends bad mojo. I send good mojo. Thanks, man. Bolsheviks!
So hang on. If we saved your life and we haven't given you a number yet, please email us, redonkulous12gmail.com, and tell your story. It doesn't have to be super long. If you don't want to have your name on it, that's fine. We can cross that out. We can keep that on the down low. But we need to stack numbers on that board because that's what we're all about.
Got less than 600 lives. We want 6,000 lives.
Oh, I want 60,000.
There you go. Let's see. We got Not Handsome Jack here dropping $1. Says, a couple of times my parents brought up the riots. Before I was born, they used to live in Downey, and they had a picnic where the riots would even extend to there. Holy hell, was it a shit show?
Yep.
Let's see. Rec Lothhead dropping $1 and Ninja Pop Smoke.
Ninja Pop Smoke.
And
All right.
Net Guy being a sneaky bastard as well. Let's see. And Rec Lothhead says, sir, I'm proudly 513.
All right.
All right.
He's already got a number assessed.
Excellent.
But all righty, ladies and germs, I believe that is all of us for the night.
Wow.
So I want to give
It was a Saturday broadcast.
Big thank you to the original Rooftop Korean, Mr. Tony Moon, for joining us here tonight. Couldn't stick around for the entire of the show, but everybody's busy. No problem. Well, good show.
All right.
Alrighty, Battle Dwarf. Final thoughts.
I was happy to have him on. I'd like to have him on again. There's a whole bunch of stuff I'd like to talk to him about. He is an LA dude, straight up. He's happens to be of Korean ethnicity, but the guy, I've talked to him a couple of times before all of this happened. He's a straight up LA guy, and he's a really good dude. I'm really happy we had him on the show, and I hope we have him back again.
Excellent.
Hell yeah. It's a shame I just couldn't show him one of these.
Thanks.
Hey, Jimmy.
Because I think he would have laughed his balls off because
Yeah, probably. We didn't even get into the good ones.
No.
Nope. It's all good. But Popster, you already gave the safety briefing, but well. Final thoughts.
All right. Well, here at Redonkulous, we're doing this to fight the forces of darkness. They are basically hunting the men out there of the West. You can't see it, hear it, taste it, touch it, or smell it, but it shows up in the middle of the night as that whisper in your ear telling you it's hopeless. Don't go on. End it. Whatever. It is my goal to be the whisper in the other ear that points over and says, fuck that guy. Stay in the fucking fight. There you go.
There you go. And of course, you all know my evil shilling monkey ways. How do things? Oh, I got to remove Battle Dwarf's thing. And then I got to remove mine and then bring mine back up because you guys know where to go get the best swag on the internet. On fourthwall.com. Get yourself a Happy Helmet beanie, even though the weather is kind of warming up. But, we got hats, all kinds of good stuff there. Bolsheviks! You drink, you bastards.
Mm-hmm.
You know where to go to get the good shit. And we're going to be ever thankful for you guys for doing that and supporting this channel and, feeding the shoestring budget that we are a part of.
All right.
And as always, when you wash your dishes in the sink, make sure there isn't a cootie in there because no one wants cootie juices on their dishes. That's nasty. Take it easy, everybody. We'll see you Tuesday.
Yeah.
I can't do it! I can't!